Do you want to know if the Denver metro real estate market is favoring buyers or favoring sellers right now? Well, you've come to the right place. Hey, it's Sean Reddy, Keller Williams Reddy Group, and we're taking our year over year Denver metro housing market stats and breaking it down into which segment of people they favor, buyers or sellers. Now, I realize that most home purchases and sales, most transactions happen because somebody's doing both at the same time, yet there's always going to be people who are buying their first home, they're not selling a home. There's always going to be people selling a home and relocating, moving out of town, out of state, or selling and going into a rental. So we're going to break down 8 specific stats of the Denver metro real estate market and which party they favor. So again, this is a breakdown of the year over year comparing 2024 to 2023. I just did a video about these stats, yet let's get into how you can use these if you're buying a home or selling a home. So first two actually, average and median days on market. Both are up year over year. The average days on market up 19.4%, the median days on market up a whopping 31.6%. So those numbers specifically, last year in 24, the average market time of the homes that sold was 43 days. The median time was 25 days. Now, again, those are up 19, well, we'll call it 20 and 32% year over year. So both of those favor the buyer. Why? Well, longer market times do couple things. Number one, longer market times give you as a buyer more time to consider what you just saw overall. You don't have to rush to the table and immediately write an offer in most cases because homes are sitting longer. The second thing that it does is when you have longer market times, remember those numbers as the average and median, 43 and 25. When you have homes that have been sitting on the market longer than that, in some cases significantly longer than that, well, that's leverage. That's how you use that data to bake it into your offer, essentially. If they're asking 800, say, yo, you've been on the market for 100 days, I'm gonna offer you 750. This might be the first offer that you've gotten. Now, I'm gonna caveat this. A lot of the homes that are sitting on the market 100 days, 150 days longer, it's because usually they overpriced it, either from the get-go or it's still overpriced. So that should be considered in your offer anyways. All right, so that's market time. Next stat, new listings up 12.4% year over year. That's a pretty significant percentage when we're talking about tens and tens and tens of thousands of listings. So in 2023, metro-wide, 7-county area, 53,753 homes hit the market. Now, that was up year over year from 22. Remember, we're coming out of very limited inventory market and into more quote-unquote normal times. So last year, 60,409. So almost 7,000 more homes hit the market in a 7-county area of the Denver metro market. Again, 12.4% increase. Who does that favor? You guessed it, the buyer. More choice, and once again, more leverage. So if you have property A and property B and they're sitting right next to each other for sale, neither of them have sold, well, you can use the other homes that are on the market as leverage when you're writing an offer. All right, next stat, new purchase contracts. New purchase contracts up 0.9%. So the number barely moved. It was about 400 more contracts when we're talking about 44,000 market wide. Technically that favors the seller. Why? Because more homes went under contract, obviously. But it also shows that there are more buyers in the market and some of those buyers haven't purchased yet. So new purchase contracts favoring the sellers. Closed sales up 1.1%, going from 43,735 to 44,228. Who does that favor? Yeah, seller. Why? Again, more buyers in the market purchasing more properties. I am going to caveat this a little bit though, in that, let me do a quick calculation. Put it this way, 44,228 homes closed, 60,409 homes listed. What does that mean? There's a failure rate. And in that particular case, it is close to 1 out of 3 listings fail to sell. 73.2% is a percentage. So what does that mean? Who does that favor? Well, favors buyers, right? So when you have listings on the market that fail to sell, those are leverage when you're making an offer too. All right, next stat. Next 2 stats, average and median price. Average price is up 2.8% for the homes that sold and closed last year. Median price is up 1.7%, again, for the homes that sold and closed last year. Obviously, that favors sellers, higher selling prices. Last market stat, median sold price to list price ratio is up 0.8%. Well, Sean, what does that mean? That is the relationship by percentage of closing price to final asking price after any price adjustments. Is up 0.8%. That's pretty significant. I mean, it went from 98.5% to 99.2%, 18% technically. What does that say? The spread between last asking price and closed price has shrunk. So that obviously favors the seller. They're getting closer to what they were asking. Now, that only measures the gross price versus the gross listing price and does not account for any concessions or any buyer incentives that a seller pays a buyer. For example, if a seller is paying to buy down a rate or giving concessions because of a home inspection, things like that. So there you have it. There are 8 stats that we track, 3 of them favoring buyers, 5 of them favoring sellers. So is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? I mean, technically, from the definition, it's still a seller's market. Yet last year we didn't have 3 stats favoring buyers. So take it for what it's worth. I'm going to keep these trends coming to you, month over month trends. Again, these are year over year, and we'll play this game again next month. Thanks so much for watching. See ya.